Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac. I'm gonna random again. Oh, that's great. I love when that happens. We had that period where we were randoming, or, you know, well, I was the one randoming. You were the one suffering. Well, we were both kind of suffering. Just you and me, the two people that actually will be involved in the production of this video. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But relatively over the, you know, plague that unfortunately befell me after ParadoxCon 2013. We'll do a Universal Item Pools run probably in the next episode, but for now, just wanted to random one more time and get back into the swing of things. I've had some decent runs. Episode 700 went pretty well. The episodes that kind of showed up around bookending episode 700 were a little weird. Like, I did really well, I thought, at least in terms of my play on the last episode. I just got such shit items over the course of the entire thing that it made it exceptionally difficult for me to succeed, and of course, yes, in the end I ended up dying there. That's not to necessarily blame the game, but you know, sometimes you do find yourself in situations where winning is a tall order, and we are a short order cook. That is a sentence that maybe makes no sense, but I like it nonetheless. So as Isaac on the Cellar XL with 0 keys, I'm not necessarily holding out a ton of hope that we're going to be able to, you know, turn the tide of the last episode in this one. But if we just get, like, a couple of key drops, it could really make things a little bit nicer. Otherwise, we may end up leaving this floor with, basically nothing attached to our name. There is a chest there, and that's interesting. I shouldn't say nothing attached to our name. There is, of course, always the chance we can get some good items from bosses. But the chest there is something I would probably want to think about using a key to, or sorry, using a bomb to get. However, I don't necessarily want to do that because it might not give me a key, and there might be a situation where I can 100% get a key elsewhere if I just kind of look around. But the first thing I'm going to do is, in all likelihood, just fight the bosses. I would much rather be on a standard floor right now than an XL floor. In fact, my opinion on XL floors is kind of reversed a little bit. I used to think it was really cool that you could fight all the bosses at once. Basically, get all, like, the difficulty. This is what I was meaning, by the way. Get all the difficulty out of the way as soon as possible. Especially on later floors. It's like, well, if you find the bosses on the Womb XL, that's going to be much shorter than if you went to the Womb 1 and the Womb 2, right? But prior to the Womb, at least, which is also my sequel / prequel to Cradle to the Grave. It's got, like, a real Rashomon type thing going on with its timelines. But it's a little bit dubious, because right now, what do we get from being on an XL floor? Basically jack shit. We get a change to our play a little bit. But we get one less shop over the duration of the game. And it's one less guaranteed good shop as well. Not that we'd necessarily have the money to make it work anyway, because we only have 2 cents right now, and we definitely don't have the keys to make it work, but one less guaranteed good shop over the course of the game, and that's about it. Well, the other minus is that we need keys to be able to access the first item room, so it's possibly one less item room, or at least one more key dead over the course of the entire, one more key used, I guess, over the course of the entire run. So I think XL floors, I kind of gave him too much credit earlier. Jesus Juice is an okay item. I know I have rerolls, and I could have rerolled the coat hanger, but I decided not to, and Jesus Juice I like as well, so I think those are okay pickups. I don't think they're extraordinarily good pickups, but I think they're fine. And, you know, if I had known that I was getting a damage upgrade, I definitely would have been okay with getting a tears upgrade, so it's all good. Monstrous Tooth, on the other hand, is a terrible item that definitely warrants a reroll. And Blood Rights is a terrible item that definitely warrants a reroll, but first we've got to actually do some exploration here in order to get back to the other item room, hopefully get another key, and get some more rerolls available. The problem with where we're at right now, even if I am able to go to that other room and get something, or get something good on the item room that has Monstrous Tooth on it right now, is lack of HP. So an HP upgrade pill would be amazing right here. Kind of similar, at least. And we are going to be able to get another reroll. But yeah, usually you leave the first couple of floors with, like, a little bit of HP added on, at least. Unfortunately, we're not in that position right now, but that's okay. We do have 2 tears upgrades and a small damage upgrade. At least I think Jesus Juice is small as far as damage upgrades go. And it's extraordinarily unlikely that there will be a second reroll capability. If there is, I apologize, but I just want to knock out the rest of this floor as soon as we can. If we end up having 2 more rooms full of enemies, then that's totally my bad. Oh, we did get another key as well. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. There are definitely going to be 2 more rooms full of enemies, unless those are, like, double curse rooms. Now, there is a tinted rock over here. Yes, this is perfect. Come on, no. Yep. Down here. Up. God damn it. Okay. You get over here. I need you to blow up that tinted rock so I can get the small rock. So you're gonna go up, and there we go. Nope. Almost messed it up there. That should do it. Okay, we got another key as well. And 2 spirit hearts, which we're not gonna pick up quite yet, but sure. I bunged up the whole reroll thing already, but we're only gonna miss out on one of them, which actually could make a pretty major difference. We found the secret room by accident. We found yet another spirit heart, which at this point I'm just gonna pick up, and we're gonna be leaving the floor with a shit ton of spirit hearts, basically. Yeah, there would have been at least one more room for me to make this happen. I would love to be getting a bomb here so that I could actually blow this up. I really would love to get the small rock. And you know what? Actually, the shop is borderline worthwhile now. It would have to be a half-price item, but still. Okay, just tell me that there's something good in the, well, you know what? Let's shoot the poop first. But tell me there's something good in this item room. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. I've forgotten the rest of the lyrics because I try not to listen to music that I think is bad on a regular basis. Okay, Doctor's Remote is really bad. That's what I get for insulting Tiffany? I don't remember who it is. X-ray vision, though, is a pretty good item, so I'm not too salty about missing out on one item room on this floor. We'll be able to find the second secret room. Actually, I'm just going to come back here because it could be an Eternal Heart. And now we don't have to use bombs to get into secret rooms for the rest of the game, which is actually like a pretty nice coup, but is this the right way? Oh, it is, it is. Okay, what do we have in here? Eternal Heart, please. Ooh, Burnt Penny, which is actually still pretty okay. We can use Burnt Penny to get a lot of bombs. That's obvious, but I thought I would mention it nonetheless, I guess, just to be obvious. Is there any way for me? I might as well shoot the poop, because now fire, if it gives me a penny, can also give me a bomb. Is there any way to get this bomb down here? Well, I mean, I could get it to hurt me, but I can't actually possess it. I think we'll leave this floor. And I feel like offensively, I got decently strong. I didn't get very hardy, you know, I'm still a little bit weak. But at least I have 5 spirit hearts to back me up, which is a pretty crazy payout. And at least I got to go to both item rooms, even though I did bung it up just a little bit. Alright, Catacombs Part 1. We got a lot of good things potentially going for us. This is what I was hoping for, is, you know, enough money to get us fairly close to that 15-cent threshold. And additionally, give us a decent number of bombs. 4 extra bombs there is pretty good. I don't know why I'm saving this Hierophant card, by the way. Like, I said we had 5 spirit hearts. That was counting the Hierophant card, obviously. I guess I'm saving it to be like... it's kind of like... The range of cards that I consider, like, potentially game-winning continues to grow. Like, obviously, the Devil, the Emperor, the Empress, High Priestess, those have been part of that kind of, that crew for a while. But even now, the Hierophant, if I got to the level of permanent Polaroid invincibility, and then use the Hierophant, I would get like triple the permanent Polaroid invincibility. That's pretty good. So we're in a bit of a weird position here. We're lucky in that we can reroll the pony, because I don't really want the pony item. It's just an active ability to fly. It's the second time it's showed up in his videos, which is, you know, exceptionally annoying, because passive abilities to fly usually show up more frequently, but at least this time I'm not Maggie. I'm Isaac, so I have the D6, and oh, it was kind of close. We'll be able to reroll it, but will we reroll the Devil Room instead? That's the real question. No, okay, so this is actually not necessarily the best possible case scenario. That would be like, you know, Mom's Knife ability to fly for 1 heart each. But we'll get Lump of Coal for free, and then we'll reroll the pony and hopefully pick up like an HP upgrade or something as a result of that. I'm gonna throw this bomb in here. That was bad, but we get so many bombs that I don't feel too bad about wasting one. That should work. Okay, that did like way less damage than if I just focused on shooting it with my tears during that time period, so we're gonna stop doing that from now on. That's okay, though. I never know, like, Lump of Coal is such a weird item to me because it's a passive pseudo-damage increase. Normally, like, for a year and a half, I would reroll it every single time I could on the Deal with the Devil because it gives you other Deal with the Devil items. Now I'm like, to further, like, explain that reasoning would be like, well, I could get, oh, I wonder if Wheel of Fortune would pay out with a Deal with the Devil item. That doesn't even really make any sense, but sure. Okay. I actually like the fact that we did this then. Burnt Penny's been good to us, but what do we get out of this? Okay, money and a key. I had a train of thought that I was on earlier. We did get one more bomb out of that, which is nice. I had a train of thought that I was on earlier, but I totally forgot it. Oh, I didn't value Lump of Coal very much. What I valued was Mom's Knife and the ability to fly. And I figured if I rerolled, then I would have a better chance to get those items, which is, like, objectively true. Very tempted to open that golden chest. But I think it's actually, Lump of Coal's pretty good. I may be wrong, though, because, you know, there's an average deal with the devil item value. I'm sure if you took the value of all the items and then average them, then you would get, you would see what the average value of deal with the devil item is, and whether that's higher or lower than Lump of Coal's value. I think Lump of Coal is probably an above average deal with the devil item, because it gives you damage, it's passive, and it synergizes nicely with some items that are fairly common, like range upgrades, which come in the form of pills oftentimes. Now, we're probably not going to have rerolls necessary, or not going to have rerolls ready for when I want to have them, which is disappointing. We'll see if maybe this would be... That's a trip to the deal with the devil room. Okay, that was weird. Hopefully we find a terminal here. This is not a terminal, so we're going to waste some deals with the devil, or not deals with the devil, waste some rerolls. And that sucks, but, you know, it is what it is. We're trying here. I did my due diligence, I just went in the wrong direction. This is why I'm going to go to the shop on this floor, because a compass or map, or compass and map would be amazing. That third key, we may see some use out of that. This is the item room, and it's Dead Bird, which is a reroll, I think. Dead Sea Scrolls, just like dead items, I guess, exclusively. We'll be getting rid of that as well if we get a chance, which it doesn't appear that we will. So I guess in hindsight, if I didn't realize how much floor was left, if I'd known that there was this little, I would have gone with Dead Bird, probably, and tried to reroll the shop if the shop was bad. Oh well, though, shit happens, right? We're still fine. HP upgrade Lump of Coal on this floor is good. Eternal Heart is even better. We'll pick that up again in a sec. We just want to check out what we've got in here. Steam Sale. Yes, the Steam Sale, Catacombs Part 1 is like, it's a reasonably good time to get the Steam Sale, I think. The only thing you have to worry about is you always want to make sure that you're, you know, if you pay 15 cents for the Steam Sale, you want to make sure you can go to at least 2 more shops for the rest of the game, otherwise it doesn't pay for itself. Otherwise, like, let's say you picked up Steam Sale on the second to last floor, it's 15 cents. Then you buy an item on the next floor, that's 22 cents. If you just hadn't bought the Steam Sale, like 22 cents total, I should say. If you just hadn't bought the Steam Sale, you would have only spent 15. But then again, if we start buying consumables and stuff like that, that'll change its value as well. Anyway, you get the idea. It's a very basic, you know, math problem. Steam Sale's not an automatic pickup, and in fact, it's not even like... It's the kind of thing where, like, if I would re-roll it probably right now if I could, but I can't. And I will not be able to ever, so we're kind of just going to have to stick with it, aren't we? We'll be pretty safe when I leave here. 2 HP upgrades now. Still have... I took half a heart of damage on that floor, I think, unless I picked up some extra Spirit Hearts I forgot about. The golden chest is pretty tempting, you know. I think I will actually open up the golden chest. We picked up the cancer trinket as well, and, you know, Lump of Coal and another Tears upgrade in the form of that pill, I think. That was alright. We traded 1 key for 2 bombs and 2 cents. Not the greatest trade in the world. If I'd known that Burnt Penny was there, I would have tried to milk some more bombs out of it, but so be it. Cool, Catacombs II, and we can't see shit. This is, well, you know, functionally pretty similar to the way that the last floor went. We couldn't see where we were going on the last floor. We just knew what was around us. Very scared to take this pill. Deservedly so, but that's fine. 1 cancer, like, or sorry, 1, tears down when you have cancer and you've already gotten 2 tears upgrades. Not the end of the world. Not even close. I mean, that would be like Ragnarok. That would be the end of the world. That would be really close to being the end of the world. I always get confused with Götterdämmerung. Is it, which, is that... I know where Götterdämmerung comes from. It's like a Wagner opera. But I always thought that was like the end of the world, but now people use it as like a... It's like a big decision moment. Can you imagine being like that? This is an apocalyptic decision. Will I get the Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich or the new Asiago ranch flatbread? Like, that's... Okay, marketing departments, if you want to talk to me, you know where I can be found. Chocolate milk! Probably one of my least favorite items, followed by Polyphemus, one of my favorite items. Huge pickup. It doesn't really fit with our glasses. We're probably going to need to get our prescription changed. That being said, we are exceptionally powerful now. It's going to suck when or if, I should say, we lose cancer here, because obviously with Polyphemus, the major concern is that you have a much lower rate of fire. But, oh, that was the worst damage. But if I can still manage to keep myself firing fairly quickly or getting some more tears upgrades at some point, even better. First time we've actually seen Polyphemus in a while. It used to show up very, very frequently. I guess I should have got into this room with a reroll, but it's hard to be mad about having Polyphemus. And we get the Miter too, so I wouldn't need to reroll that either way. But I will reroll Cat of Ninetails, obviously, because I'm not a goddamn masochist. So this run's shaping up very, very nicely. It's very strange to me that we got a deal with the angel after sort of pseudo taking a deal with the devil. I wonder if fighting... There's an interesting question that I'll try to remember to check out in the comments for this video. If you fight Krampus, that money's not going to do too much for you yet. We need some more keys. But if you fight Krampus in the deal with the devil, your first deal with the devil, let's say, and you beat him, if you obviously, because if you don't beat him, you just die, and then this would make this kind of a weird question to ask, wouldn't it? I'd be like, you know, I'm dead. Stop bothering me with all these freaking questions. But does it count as walking into and walking out of a deal with the devil room without taking anything, or does it count as if you like got an increased chance for a deal with the angel because you like fought the forces of evil or something like that? I hope that makes any semblance of sense. I realize I went off on like 20 different tangents in the midst of it there. We have a quarter that we could reroll, but the quarter is like way better than Cat of Nine Tails, so I guess we'll walk down here and check out Cat of Nine Tails instead. I would much rather take the quarter than take Cat of Nine Tails. If I have to take the quarter, that's fine. It's probably a little bit overkill from a financial standpoint, but you know what? We might actually just want to take the quarter and use that to play Judgment. It's almost like getting a free item room. We'll see. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and I think it may or may not work out for us. We're gonna play Judgment and then see if I want to reroll. Oh, I totally didn't even have to use a key to get in there. I could have just walked in through the secret room, right? Oh well. We'll see if this gives us a good item. If it gives us a shitty item, then we can take the range upgrade and reroll whatever Judgment gives us. But this is basically just like another free item room, and we can maybe get some keys while we're doing it. Maybe get some spirit hearts. Not that those are crazy valuable right now, but they're valuable enough. So let's put this right here and not kill my new best friend. Okay. So obviously, like, I'm hoping for something amazing, but even just a simple HP upgrade is perfect with me. So that was what? An item pedestal in the quarter, plus 2 bombs, plus 2 cents for an HP upgrade. That's a pretty sweet deal, I think. Are we done with this floor now? Am I crazy, or is that like the end of the Catacombs Part 2? It feels like I've barely gone to any of the rooms. I've been to the shop and the item room and the boss room. I guess we'll just leave. If I missed out on some random rooms, then I apologize. I think we got a very good deal for that HP upgrade, let's put it that way. Alright, so our secret room is here. Oh, you know what? I must have missed rooms because I didn't go to the second secret room, which is actually kind of a silly mistake because I could have gotten another HP upgrade there. And HP upgrade's still kind of precious, although it's unlikely we'll need to go to the deal with the devils. Or we fly, that's good actually. It's unlikely we'll need, or we'll have the chance to go to deals with the devils, what I meant to say, because we've already taken a deal with the angel. Not that you would ever pass it up unless it was like an awful spacebar item. But if we do, we'll obviously want to be able to trade in those. If I could just get a key. That's why it was kind of sad that Judgment paid out so quickly. It's always nice to know that it's going to happen. I just wish that he had taken a second to give us some consumables instead. Well, not instead, but in addition to. So, this is becoming very quickly a pretty vanilla Isaac floor. If we don't have any keys, then we can't really plan for when to use our rerolls appropriately. Unless our secret rooms are adjacent to special rooms, which is actually something that I should have checked on earlier, but, you know, my Isaac food's just a little bit rusty right now. And, hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things, whatever the swing of things is for my level of skill, you know, whether good or bad, soon. Now, this is just a room full of red hearts. We're on Depths Part 1, which means there's no chance for an arcade to be here. The ability to fly would be a pretty good pickup. That's fairly par for the course. More rate of fire upgrades would be amazing. I don't have any keys, so I can't even bother with that. And I'm gonna hold this Hierophant until the very end of the game. I want to make sure that this is like... It's like a sentimental trinket that I'm taking with me, my Rabbit's Paw, if you will. Is Rabbit's Paw not an item in Isaac? I don't know why. Was it an interview that I did with Ed back in like February of April of 2013? I thought he said something about like the Rabbit's Paw would be an item, or maybe it was like February 2012 when we were talking about the Wrath of the Lamb expansion. I can't remember. Anyway, there's been a lot of them, and there's always useful information to be gleaned, but I thought I remember Rabbit's Paw being a trinket. Maybe that became like Lucky Toe or something like that, which makes more sense, I guess, in conjunction with the Luck Foot. Anyway. We're gonna destroy you. Heads detaching from bodies randomly. Utter anarchy. It's got our Damarong. Just stay the hell away from here. I do want to get that Spirit Heart. I'm not sure if it's worth spending a bomb to get it right now, but I'll probably never remember to get it at the end of this floor, so maybe we'll just pick it up right now. There's so many red hearts available, though. It seems kind of stupid for me to pick up spirit hearts. Oh, well. Well, I guess we'll fight the boss. We may be unable to go to the item room or the shop on this floor. This is actually an okay boss for me to be fighting, I think. You know, this relative late in the game. You want to get those, like, marquee home run items, you know? Everyone wants to be Ken Griffey Jr. Nobody wants to be the Bat Boy. I'm okay getting the Bat Boy here. We'll get a second cube of meat, or, sorry, a second orbital that is a first level cube of meat. God, the terminology in this game can sometimes, you know, make me do a tongue twister. But, that'll give us a pretty good bit of added defense. I was really hoping that maybe we would snag a deal with the Angel, or even Devil after that for some extra damage. Or maybe to pick up the nail or something like that, or ability to fly. I don't know. More keys, please. Every time I say more keys, I kind of feel like I'm talking about, like, an alien or some kind of weird eldritch horror. The more keys come from the deep. They can open your doors whether you want them to or not. Lock your doors, or don't. More keys coming this fall. Alright, so that's the last bit of inspiration for this video. Let's just narrate the rest of it. Literally, as it's happening, what I'm doing is holding arrow keys down, and occasionally the sprites on the screen, which are representative of enemies, will explode, indicating that they have taken more damage than the programmer and designer wanted them to be able to take, which is perfect. Do we get an attack fly? Do we get a key? Do we get a fool card? The Hierophant is still substantially better for us. Okay. Well, there is, what is it in here? It's a fortune teller. I don't think the fortune teller can give us keys, but it could possibly give us trinkets, which would allow us to get keys in like extremely strange circumstances. Moreover, it just makes sense if we're not going to be able to spend our money at the shop, we might as well spend it at the fortune teller and get some value out of it. I don't really want trinkets. Trinkets scare the shit out of me because some of them can do the tick. Otherwise, especially when you're on spikes like this, it just causes like a huge administrative issue where you're trying to like locomote into the right area without accidentally picking up the goat hoof and then getting killed later in the game as a result of your own insolence. So we'll just use the death card. So close. There we go. Now play it again. I'm comfortable playing this until I get down to like 10 cents. On the off chance I can get into the shop, then I would want to have 10 cents so I could buy the item in addition to the actual key that would allow me to go to the item room as well. So we'll keep this up. We're getting pretty close. I do want to get that spirit heart over there. It's going to be kind of a tricky get, but that's fine. That is the tick. So that is our cue to leave. So I think we just leave like this. And then we slowly inch our way up here. And we get it. There we go. Truth be told, that could have gone a lot worse. We spent about 13 cents and we got 3 spirit hearts. That's fine. That's a relatively decent value. Considering that we can't spend it on anything else. If there were other options, then maybe I would consider it, but there are not, so oh well. This is our last room. There is a champion on here. Theoretically, we could get 2 keys from this room, I think. One from the champion directly, and one from just finishing the room. Well, okay, so far so good. And, okay, we got 1 key. We're gonna use this key on the shop, because I think at this point, we could buy another key in the shop, and the compass is extremely valuable. The item room scares the shit out of me. Blue candle's pretty good as well. But we're not gonna go with blue candle this time. I bought the other key, obviously. I think I'm gonna re-roll blue candle into the compass. That felt really good. And then I'm gonna go back here, and I'm gonna open up this item room. We're not gonna have a re-roll on it. So it actually, like, mathematically, it feels like it's better to save this key for the next floor when we'll have a re-roll. But, we can find more keys on the next floor, and might as well check it out. Money equals power. That's actually pretty good synergy, considering that I also have the X-ray goggles. So I don't really want to spend 2 bombs to pick up 2 cents. I think that's still a bad deal, but money equals power can actually give us a pretty huge damage bonus, so I'm a-okay with that. And we'll, hopefully, we have over 5 cents, so we should have a pretty good chance to have a blood bank on the next floor. And that's really where we get good stuff. But unfortunately, there is no arcade, much to my surprise. I'm gonna fight greed. Money equals power, man. If he can give me a quarter, well, we've already had this. If he can give me just a ton of money, that's fantastic. One of those is a dime. That is just like a straight up 0.4 damage increase. Remember that the way that money equals power works is that every penny that you get increases your damage by 0.04. So 1/25th of a full damage upgrade per cent. Every quarter is 1 damage up to a maximum of about 4 damage upgrades, because you can get to about 100 cents. But it does work incrementally, like granularly, I guess is a better way to put it. Did that red fly just explode? Or was there another bomb fly that I had missed out on? Because that was very weird. Alright, every penny means a little bit to me. That being said, I am still A-okay with going to shops, because there's only one of them remaining, and I got the Steam sale, so I'd only be spending a little bit less damage to actually make that work. Because you are basically spending damage in addition to money when you have money equals power. But sometimes it's still worth it. So I should probably just kind of hang out over here, huh? We'll wait for this guy to come this way, and then we'll explode him the only way I know how, with bullets and bombs. We're up to 1 damage upgrade already. That's a pretty huge pickup. If the item room contained 1 damage upgrade, how would I feel about it? Pretty fucking great, probably, right? I'd be like, this is awesome. We got a damage upgrade. Now we have 1 damage upgrade with the potential for more in the future. Even better. I think. As long as I don't lose all my money somehow. I like money equals power, too, because it creates, like, a beautiful kind of awful deal. Every time that you want to spend money, you're like, well, I really want to spend money, but at the same time, spending money causes me to do less damage, but is this item worth the money and the damage? That's what's cool about it. That and the fact that it can cause you to do some, like, seriously nuts damage. It's just a shame we didn't run into any arcades, because with the blood bank, we could obviously make some really dumb stuff happen here. I guess at this point, we play that fortune teller as long as we can, and we try to... Is it a fortune teller or a slot machine? I think it's a slot machine. If it's readily available to play, we'll play it, and we'll try to earn a key. No, but now I have money equals power, so it's not such a no-brainer decision. I don't really like this. We're gonna play, like, super vanilla style. I'm gonna put this in here and then fire it up. That didn't really do anything at all. Luckily, we're not in as bad of a bomb state as we were earlier in the run. I fucking hate these hearts, man. Why are you so hard to hit and then to kill? Enemies should either be hard to hit and have low HP, or easy to hit and have high HP. You're the fucking worst of all worlds. It's the opposite of Candide. Okay, oh, okay. Get down here. Of course, if I had the ability to fly, particularly if I had Spirit of the Night, this would just be, like, over already. But now we have to struggle with the fact that I've lost some health, but we still have this Hierophant card. It's brought me good luck since I was a young child. And we're going to keep it with us. This is like, if this was a fantasy movie, I would use the Hierophant card to kill the final boss. Probably by, like, lodging it into his skull or something like that. Couple of pills. One of those is tears down. Yes, and the other one could be anything. Teleported me away from my Hierophant card. It would cost me 1 spirit heart to get in. So I'll go in because this is worth 2 spirit hearts. But I'm not happy about it. I don't think we're going to get a key. If we do, don't get me wrong, I'd love to. I might end up eating my words pretty quickly here. Because this could give us a key. It didn't give us small rock either, which is basically bullshit. But we did pick up an unbelievable amount of spirit hearts over the course of this. We're probably like 2... Oh, we got a key, okay. I guess we go to the item room now. And the reason I say that is because we already have the compass, which is probably for us the most valuable shop item. But it would also cost us money to buy more items. So I think it makes more sense to go to the item room and maybe get a free item. Peeper's Eye is not fantastic, but I'm going to take it because it's probably the only reroll we'll get. It looks like our boss room is going to be in 2. We might have gotten 1 more reroll, but this allows us to save a reroll for whatever we get from the mom fight as well. And Peeper's Eye is a passive item. It does okay. It's not very good. It's probably borderline not even good, but it's steadfastly okay, I think. In my opinion, at least. Drop money when you die? Nope. Red hearts that I have not needed for, like, the entire run, maybe? It's kind of a weird feeling to be in. It's not because I've been playing exceptionally well. It's mostly just because the game gave me an enormous supply of spirit hearts on the first floor and has kept, you know, relatively true to that initial precedent as time has gone on. Can't get that, unfortunately. Play it cool and good. We're gonna leave. I guess we're gonna go to the shop now. Always appreciate when they give you that key at the very last possible moment so that you have to spend minutes and minutes walking back. I'm gonna take a second to recaffeinate here. That was literally more than a second. Are you one of those people who counts down the seconds when people say I'll just be 2 seconds? You get 1. Everybody gets 1 of those from that point onwards. I don't even know. Is that a Nintendo Wii D-pad in here, or are you just happy to see me? In our shop, we have the 9-volt. I guess I was a little bit short-sighted when I said that, like, you know, that we already had the best item we could get. Because the Nun's Habit would have been the best item that we could get, I guess, from this point onwards. So there might have been an argument for, like, oh, you should re-roll the 9-volt. But the 9-volt will give us, like, an extra 1/3 speed at the rate at which we gain D6 charges. Not as good as the Nun's Habit, probably, but also pretty effective. Will give us more re-rolls and something to keep in mind as we continue to move throughout future floors. So, we're going to be fighting Mom. We're very strong. I'm disappointed that we don't have Mom's purse, so we will end up losing Cancer on this floor. Hopefully we end up picking up like an HP upgrade or a Tears upgrade. The Tears upgrade mostly to compensate for the loss of the Cancer trinket, and the HP upgrade just because, you know, more HP is almost always a good thing. Unless you're running like some kind of Guppy scam. Guppy's Paw scam, I should say. You don't have to be Guppy to use Guppy's Paw. Being Guppy ain't everything not being Guppy is, as I believe that was Kanye Cat that said that. That was a difficult joke to kind of fabricate inside of my brain hole. It's okay though. Oh, I should not have been hit by that. That's okay though. We got an HP upgrade and we got compensated for that damage, which is just nice of them to keep it on the up and up. Okay, so we got a hip up and down to the next floor. I guess I've got everything that the body needs here. I'm gonna start by going this way. We really need to get some keys. I think this is a good opportunity where we have a good potential to get to the chest. So I am looking long term to hopefully pick up 3 more keys or even more, so I can actually use some of them. Appears that is greed on this floor in that room there, which is great actually because I would love to fight greed. Relatively easy fight given the damage that I'm doing. Is it? Oh, it's not. It's a different mini-boss. Which could still be good if it's like Gluttony. That's a chance at some extra HP. If it's like Lust, that's a chance at Poison Touch. You know the drill, obviously, at this point. I was hoping it was Greed, though, because it's like a pretty sweet opportunity to get easy damage in the form of money equals power. Okay, Envy. Envy, I hate you. Here we go. Super Envy, I guess. Envy himself is really easy. I actually think that Super Envy might be the most difficult of the mega bosses, if that makes sense. I mean, they're not really mega bosses, but he might be the most difficult of like the champion bosses. I mean that sincerely. He's a real pain in the ass. Also, his AI is freaking out right now. Oh, thank God. Okay, so we picked up 4 bombs from that, but I did take a hit. It's not too bad. It appears that, oh, it's Utero XL. I was gonna say we've probably gone the wrong way, but now that I look at it, oh, no, we've definitely gone the wrong way. That's how I was gonna finish that sentence. Don't let the cadence of my voice trick you into thinking that I was about to say something in error. I thought maybe there'd be more room at the bottom of the map. I guess theoretically there still could be, but it would be unlikely at this point. Instead, looks like we've probably got like 12 rooms to go until we get to that boss fight, which is a long trip. No deal with the devil or angel possible, as far as I know, unless I can teleport out. What do we have in our secret room? Lots of money. Okay, well, not lots of money, but a decent amount of money. We're getting back to that 1 damage threshold, which I had given up in order to pick up the 9-volt. Was it a good idea? Was it a bad idea? I think it was a good idea to pick up the 9-volt still. I would do it again if I could. I can't, because then, you know, I'm actually, you know what, if I could, actually another 9-volt just showed up right now, I wouldn't pick it up, because they would probably just have exactly the same effect, and it would, like, overlap, and it wouldn't actually help me out at all. So Gertie Jr. can, basically get fucked as far as I'm concerned. I've gained no speed over the course of this run, if I remember correctly. It's making it quite difficult for me to actually not, you know, find myself taking damage against enemies like enemies that throw bombs at me, like, Super Envy did, or enemies that chase me down like Gertie Jr. does. But anyway, there we go. Bombs and keys, that's a big deal. This pill is a Tears upgrade, isn't it? Yeah, that's important when you have Polyphemus. It's important always, but especially when your rate of fire is low but your damage is high, the better you can get your rate of fire to be, the better your life's gonna be. Sounds like I'm Vince from Slapshot Incorporated there, but that wasn't my intention. Okay, I really thought I was one-shotting these guys, but I'll take 2 shots as well. That's okay. Now, accidentally sounded like a college freshman there with that 2 shots and the slap chop talk, but it's okay. Don't take that as derisive, by the way. People are sometimes like, I'll make a joke and I'll be like, well, you know, maybe if you're 12, that joke's funny to you. And people were like, I'm 12 and that's offensive. Don't be offended, man. I wish I could go back and be 12. You know how many things I would change? I would change my underwear, that's for sure. I would stop wearing track pants to school in 8th grade. That got really uncomfortable once, you know, the puberty truck hit. You have the opportunity to not make the mistakes that I did. This is grizzled, cynical, not quite old, but around that age where they ironically say they're old man here. Oh good, we're fighting Conquest, my least favorite enemy to possibly encounter on the womb. But that's fine. If we can kill him without taking damage, that's like proof of concept that we deserve to be here. Fuck it, if we can kill him without losing all of our spirit hearts, that's proof of concept that I think we deserve to be here. Mom's heart will be 20 times easier than this motherfucker. I wish he had a second phase. The good news is I think maybe we can reroll White Pony. Reroll White Pony sounds like a Jefferson Airplane song or something, but anyway. Okay, Conquest, where are you going? You can't get away from me that easily. Stand still. I don't know how to dodge those beams of light, but I did, so... You know, if you want lessons, I'll be here all week. Ooh, probably shouldn't have said anything, but still managed to not take damage. If this was a normal XL floor and this was Conquest, we could, or even like a Famine or something like that, we could reroll the previously static item choice to something else. But because Mom's Heart doesn't drop an item, I don't know if that applies here, because normally it pulls from the second item pool. I guess we'll see. So we reroll this, and we get the 8-ball, which I'll pick up because of the tarot card, which is Strength. I'll use the Strength card on the fight, and then I'll take the Hierophant with me, because you can actually leave the Mom's Heart fight in the middle of it. Or not in the middle of it. That would be weird. You can leave it by the end of it. Okay, there's our Strength card. We got enough bombs to make this work, although I would love to save some for, you know, future fights. Our damage is actually really, really good, to the point where we should be one-shotting basically all these enemies, except for bosses, but, you know, even something like Monstro will only be able to take like 5 or 6. In all likelihood, as you can see, you know, getting wiped out pretty quickly there. We'll let Larry Jr.'s do the talking. Larry Jr.'s the name of my fist. Larry Jr. left and Larry Jr. right. Got LJ, LJL, and LJR. And then LJN, but that's only when I want to play Festus Quest. This fight's not going as quickly as I thought it would. I think it's because our rate of fire is pretty low, but our damage is still very good. I wouldn't let this get you down about my chances for this run. Because remember that when we go fight those late game bosses, it's going to feel awesome to have a slow rate of fire that does a lot of damage. So I think this went okay. There's an argument to be made, and a very good argument to be made, that I should have like left after the first boss room and then re-rolled, or earned a reroll for 8-ball. I think that's a very smart idea. The Strength card didn't do too much for us, neither will the shot speed up or the tears up that we get from it. I only say that because I'm pretty sure that it is a shot speed up. A tears up would be great. But sure, you know, we at least made the Mom's Heart fight a little easier. Why am I fighting Super Greed? Quite obviously, the more money I have, the more damage I do. So it's almost like the opportunity to do, or to get more damage upgrades over the course of a run, which is a very okay position to be in. Now we can't see where we're going. This is, am I wrong, or is this like a pretty weird secret room as well? Like, there's a curse room adjacent to it, which is something that I'm sure I've probably seen happen before, but it seems pretty rare. Not a very good payout from Super Greed here, unless, well, we got like 5 cents, but I lost 1. I don't know, we'll just see if there's like... Oh, well, you know what, I will fight this room, even though I'll take damage. There's the off chance that we'll pull out of this with some extra HP relative to where we started. But I've actually now lost 3, and I'm only going to pick up 1 in all likelihood, so yeah, not great. The curse room's tempting, but also kind of not tempting. I don't know. I don't want to lose HP on it when we're in kind of a... It's a tight spot right now. There's our curse room. Alright, that, I guess basically had to happen, didn't it? Okay, hemorrhaging damage pretty quickly here. Be cool. Be cool. This is okay. How's Fonzie? Fonzie's cool. Most of the time, I imagine. Is there like a tell-all book about Happy Days yet? Because I would love to just read the line, like, actually, in real life, Fonzie was the uncoolest. Anyway. Richie was the one. Oh my god, what the heck? Is that like Peeper's eye got me pooped on there? This Demon Judgment, that's a funny story. There's the second secret room. If that's an Eternal Heart, I'll be a very happy man. I don't use the Hierophant yet. I know we're using red hearts for the first time in like 100 years, but the Hierophant doesn't come out yet. You gotta throw it into the... You whip it like a ninja star and you cut off the boss's head with it. That's the only way this can work. Okay, so we'll go back and get that after we beat Isaac, and beat Isaac we will. You gotta have faith, like that Limp Bizkit song that George Michael covered. Okay, just hang out back here. I got love of coal. I can afford to stand at the back. I've got 2 orbitals. I've got the luck of the Irish. I'm not actually Irish, but you know, I did get the luck. That's probably like way back in the distant past. There was like one of my great ancestors worked at like a monastic abbey or something like that. That's where the luck comes from. He specifically chose to pass it down to me, knowing that, you know, through all the strife of the Middle Ages, probably the descendant of his that would have the most trouble is a guy who plays video games on the internet. So this fight has gone very well so far. It's been exceptionally boring for me to just stand here. But additionally, boring's kind of good, you know? People complain like, oh, it's such a boring life. My life's so boring. Man, boring life is a luxury. Oh, I stay in all the time. I don't get invited to parties. Man, you gotta stop watching like MTV. Staying in's pretty cool. Could be a lot worse. And I hate when people do that as well. The thing that I just did was just like, I've got a problem. Yeah, well, at least you're not like literally the person who's next in line to die on planet Earth, so I guess you got nothing to complain about. That's bullshit, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying there. I'm trying to make you feel better. I'm gonna take this Eternal Heart, and then we'll see what happens on the chest. It's gonna be an interesting finish. Much like Oli Jokinen. If only that money bag had showed up a little bit earlier. I am gonna take Mini Mush because speed has been a sore spot for me, and then I'm gonna re-roll the coin. Yeah, why not, right? I can always come back for that D20 if we end up getting a lot of consumables from any of these rooms, I suppose. I'm not very pleased with the situation that I find myself in right now. That should be relatively obvious. Okay, chain reaction. Pretty okay. My damage is like, it's good enough. That's what bothers me, is that I'm seeing this run slip away. We don't need too much health to beat Blue Baby in all likelihood, but we're gonna need at least as much as we have right now, so I really just can't afford to take damage. Oh my god, what? You're normally so bad, Loki. Stop firing all at exactly the same time, please. It's okay. This one should be dead in like 2 more hits. That was exact, not to toot my own horn. Exact and Miri make a porno. A little bit more, a little bit more. A little bit less. A little bit more. Okay. Lots of consumables. Judas tongue. The fuck am I gonna do with that? Yeah, I would prefer to have the Polaroid. I was like going through my head, and that's where things get dangerous. I come up with like a novel idea, and then I don't think beyond the fact that, hey, that would be cool if it works. So I was like, what if I get Judas tongue, and then I get a Joker card, and I get to deal with the devil? Then I was like, wait a minute. Did you hear that? Our cat was like, it just sounded like a helium balloon was let out. But I don't think beyond that initial stage, and then I was like, wait a minute, I'm really gonna want permanent Polaroid invincibility. So without any keys, I hate to do this, but I'm re-rolling the D20. Mega bomb, or homing bombs, you know, it is what it is. It's not the item we need. What do we need? Honestly, one of the most valuable items at this point in the game would probably be an HP upgrade, at least for me. One of the most valuable items would be an HP upgrade that also gave us nearly full health and full health. The heart that is like a less than 3 sign, I guess I should just call it less than 3. That's kind of entered the vernacular in a weird way. That would be one of the best items that I could probably pick up at this point, to be honest with you, because it's not necessarily an HP upgrade, but it is like picking up 9 hearts, like, simultaneously. I guess I only have 8 hearts. I'm not trying to, you know, overly toot my own horn. More keys would be, like, incredible as well. Like, if I re-rolled something and the skeleton key came out, that would give me 2 more chests, which would also double my re-roll efficiency in the future, so... And, I mean, we don't have a huge future on this run, positively or negatively, but... That would be, it would be nice. To only get 1 more key on the entirety of the Womb XL and the Cathedral is pretty crazy to me. It's not like I was opening golden chests left, right, and center. Just got a little bit unlucky, I guess. Peeper's Eye doing work where I cannot, unfortunately, because I'm apparently constitutionally incapable of hitting these people. Yeah, Sloth is a person. I'm not gonna take that back. That was a really good Polyphemus shot there. Ooh, the Sun card. That is really, really useful. And to be honest with you, possibly useful enough to actually win us the game. Depending on when I get to use it. I do still want to carry the Hierophant card into the boss room. Just because it's absurd at this point that a card that I normally just use like instantly. Instead, I'm like, nah, we're just going to hold that for the whole run. I guess I'm killing Super Sloth last to get a reroll pedestal. I realized, by the way, that I should have gone back and rerolled the homing bombs as soon as possible. Shit happens, though. It's okay. We also have the secret room here. We're getting very close to the boss room. Now that we have the Sun card, I don't think we lose this one. It was getting a little touch and go for a little while. That is like, if you want to make a legitimate challenge run, I'm pretty sure no tarot cards would actually be a big one. So the World card allows us to get, you know, a quarter of a damage upgrade. That's all right. If necessary, I will use the Hierophant card, then go into the boss room with the Sun card. As much as I would hate to give up like that, I think it's still the right idea. So, you know, I've got an allegiance to myself to win this run. And then, if I could just take the Hierophant card in. But, you know, if I end up losing, or using the Sun card prior to going into the boss room, then all bets are off, right? If I'd gone a little bit further concocting the narrative about the Hierophant card, then you probably could not stop me from throwing my run away trying to win with it. But anyway, it's okay. Just kind of hang out in and around this area. We're doing a good job here, and you know what? This run is like it's a nice palate cleanser, if you will. It's a pickled ginger that allows me to get the awful taste of the last run out of my mouth. And I know people are gonna be mad that I took Bloody Lust. It's all right. We can just like hug it out. We'll get over it. We'll get one more reroll, and yeah, we'll probably use the Hierophant card, and then we'll walk in with the Sun card and Bob's your uncle. I really like Rage in the final boss fight because of the flies that Blue Baby summons, so I really thought that maybe if I just like walked out on the not so dense blood patches that I could maybe get out without taking damage, but obviously that's not how that worked, and that's okay. Yum Heart. Well, we can just, oh, you know what? Actually, we're not gonna reroll Yum Heart. What we're gonna do is, because we have one reroll available but 2 keys, instead we're gonna come back, or 1 key, but also 1 chest open here, is we're gonna come back, and we're gonna open this chest, and we're gonna be like, okay, I don't want either of these. Even though a good spacebar item wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for the boss fight. Oh my god, are you serious? We're not even gonna take My Best Friend because I know that sometimes it has the possibility to kill you, so I'm not gonna do that. And now we'll guarantee ourselves the win. There's our Hierophant card. Thank you, Magnet, for, you know, saving me mere seconds of my life there. Good luck on this run, but also, decent play at the very least. I guess I might as well take the Yum Heart and use it once. Might as well take it into the boss fight, honestly. It doesn't really matter at this point. Good items, good luck, and also decent enough play to make it work. I didn't really have that much opportunity to exercise agency on this run. I took one deal with the Angel. I fought Krampus, and those were basically the only decisions that I made that had tangible impacts, or could have had tangible impacts. Everything else was just rerolls, basically. But, you know, Polyphemus shows up and ends up working out very nicely for us. So I'm going to use the Sun card as soon as I take one more hit. Maybe not as soon as, but in the same vicinity as when I take one more hit. And if we can get through this without using the Sun card, then I should have just brought the Hierophant in. Then I would have had that sweet permanent Polaroid invincibility opportunity. Dead. Yeah, time to use the Sun card. That'll kill all the enemies as well. That was a fun run. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. As always, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the episode, make sure to click the like button, and of course, subscribe if you want to see more Isaac. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.